Hey YouTube, it's Nate from the Maple Leaf Blues, and I'm really messing up my camera. What I am up to right now is work, but I don't want to work. I want to talk about the Leafs' new kick-ass rock star front office. I mean, let's start at the top. Larry Tenenbaum hires a guy named Tim Leiweke, whose tenure in Toronto was short-lived but interesting. He hires a guy named Brendan Shanahan, which, I don't think we need to explain who Brendan Shanahan is. If you've watched hockey in the last 20 years, you should know. But what's interesting is Brendan's never been a general manager or president of any team. He worked for the NHL for a time in player safety. But other than that, this is his first gig. And it's interesting because he put in motion the Shana plan, which is basically fire every single person that was around him and rehired an entire new staff. And this is a rock star ass staff. We got guys like Lou Lamoriello coming in from New Jersey, a guy who hasn't been fired from his job in 30 years, which in the NHL is pretty rare because you're lucky if you make it 5 years without getting fired. Now, who else did he hire? Oh, Babs. We got Mike Babcock, new head coach. It's funny because, usually once every 2 or 3 years, somebody has to pay for the Leafs being so bloody terrible, and it's usually the coach. So I've seen a few of them hung up on the gallows out front of the Air Canada Center, just, as kind of a sacrifice to the fans. Like, oh, it's not the players' fault, it's the coach. Well, if Babs can't do it, nobody can. So we got nobody left to blame. What else do we have here? Mark Hunter. Like, you don't find a better salary cap man than that. He can just, he seems to work numbers in a way that nobody else can. He understands the salary cap better than anybody, which is a real advantage in this era. And not just how much it's going to affect you this year, but what's going to happen years down the road. Now, that kind of forward thinking and foresight is invaluable. Oh, who else? Kyle Dubas. Kind of an analytics wunderkind. Is that how you say that? I know what it means. I don't know how to say it. Either way, he's young, seems ambitious, and seems to know the game really, really well. So, interesting that he can impress individuals such as Brendan Shanahan with just a simple sit down and a chit chat. But apparently he knows the analytics, and this is where sports is going. Oh, who else did we get? Yeah, did I go through everybody so far? Anybody that's important. There's a lot of assistant coaches and fitness, trainers and things that have been brought in. We can get into that a little later. Right now, I have in front of me the 70-man roster for the Leafs training camp, which is going to start here in the next day or two. So they unofficially started in Halifax a few days ago. They've been skating down there and doing drills and warm-ups. And so there's a lot of player interviews and a lot of news and buzz starting to feed around. So I'm going to get at that in the next few days and try and bang these out before preseason ends, and we can get on to watching some hockey together. So keep your chin up. This is Nathan from the Maple Leaf Blues, and I will talk to y'all real soon.